Porsche.
Yeah,
both Tom Christensen and Marcel Fessler laying down some good lap times. We'll take you back through the highlights at the drop of the green. It was all Toyota out in front. Wemmy with a spectacular start and just ran away and hid in his Toyota hybrid. But behind him, the battle was intense and the sun was bright.
Little bump, here I am.
Excuse me.
But look at these guys, the overtaking because of the nature of this track. Brilliant for overtaking if you use your car to the best advantage and meets with approval from the big bosses. But got to manage your hybrid system.
Yep.
The Porsche there, not quite enough power to get out of the corner. But in GT, of course, it was just as fast and competitive. And I think the fans love it. Aston versus Ferrari.
But look at the weather. It was an absolutely beautiful day. The racing was fantastic. The pavement was dry. You could even see very well-defined shadows as Sebastian Buemi had a problem out in the lead, but he had such a lead, didn't give it up even with the spin. Tracy Krohn gets punted. Teammate Nick Johnson not happy with that.
Very impressed by the run that Scott Sharp had. He really has been pushing very hard at this stage of the race. And those Astons and those Ferraris wouldn't give it up, Dawes.
They still haven't given it up, as a matter of fact, still going at it.
Darren Turner, Giancarlo Fisichella having a great one. Remember the shadows and the sunshine? Well, this wasn't a sprinkler system. This was a Texas gully washer.
Well, it does everything big in Texas, include rain. It doesn't sprinkle here. When it decides to go, it goes.
Timo Bernhard with 2 offs in his number 20 Porsche, but he was not the only one.
Cars flew off left, right, until they flew the red flag. They had to do it. My opinion, 1 lap too late, but here they are. Cars were falling off. And, of course, red flags meant that the racing had to resume for everyone about an hour later, Brian.
Yeah, just over an hour and 10 minutes later, and when it resumed, it was still on a very wet racetrack.
It's a testament to this racetrack that there's so much room that in that downpour, none of those cars hit anything solidly. At most racetracks, that would have been a lot of wrecked cars.
Yeah, I think it so speaks to the level of talent. You can see it right here with the battles around the racetrack in some of the most treacherous conditions that you could have. The Porsches, though, in the GT-LM category, really putting on a show. That rear engine helping them sit down, put the power down off the corner. Prototypes putting on a show for the fans as well.
Remember, 2 cars in these top teams, whether it's GT or prototype, means 2 sets of drivers that want to win. And the competition is unrestricted in these teams so far.
Porsche's passed Darren Turner in his Aston Martin, took over the point, run 1-2 right now in the GTLM category. And there's the number 37, the P2 entry. We had a great run going, but they too had a problem. And you hate to see that. It always is like when it starts going really well, then all of a sudden Lady Luck can cast a pretty dark shadow upon you. And we think perhaps the 37 with a pickup point problem by jumping over curbs. And the highlights in GTLM are all about the teammates there at Porsche. Continuing to look back at some of the events, and traffic a bit of a problem, and well,
that just happened.
You get pinched down on the inside. Matsuda in the 47. A little bit perhaps an overreaction to the GT traffic that was there and really pinched the car in. Car 13 with damage, one of the Rebellion entries, and man, that is significant front edge damage. Limer behind the wheel.
We talked earlier in the race that there was the FIA WEC stewards are no-nonsense folks, and apparently the number 14 crew chief, Neil Jani's crew chief, has been called to the steward's office right now, immediately in capitals.
Is what it said, yeah.
Is what it said.
Do you think that the 14 had anything to do